Hello again, YouTubers. It's Brank here from Brank BDO, bringing you a top 10 list of important tips and tricks that I've learned in Black Desert Online. Like to just give these kind of a brief overview of, kind of the tips that I've used since I started the game. And as always, please post in the comments below if there's any tips I missed or any tricks you have. Maybe we'll add it into another video down the road later. The first one that I'd like to bring up, the number one tip that I have that I discovered or saw someone post about, was using the NPC button, which if you look in your top right of the window, you're going to see just next to your mini map a button that says NPC. It looks like a little magnifying glass. This is a great button. What you do with this button is, depending on what you're looking for in the town, you click the NPC button. It brings up the nearby NPCs of the trade manager, the stable, the repair. So let's say you run into a town, you've never been there before, you have no idea where to repair your gear. Click the repair button, and it's going to pop up your auto run. I'm clicking on my cooking utensil here, and tell you exactly how to get to that guy or girl to repair your stuff. So it's great for when you first get into a town and you don't know where a lot of the stuff is. Also, if you're out in the open, if you're out, wandering around and you need to find a stable, maybe to put your horse away or wagon, you're going to click the NPC button and click stable, and it's going to direct you to the nearest stable in that area. And you're going to run there, put your horse away, or do whatever. It's a great tool to use. I use it all the time because auto running, to these locations makes this game a lot more bearable than having to try to figure out where everything is on your own. Some people like it, some people don't like it, some people feel it's hand-holding. I feel it's a great feature for a game that is very complicated and has a lot of complex systems in it. So use the NPC button as much as you possibly can. Second thing is, my second tip is run everywhere. I know people like using their mounts. Use your mount as much as you want, but if you don't have to use your mount, run. The reason is because you're going to be getting your stamina up while you're running. I'll show you stamina on my character. I've got breath at 29, so almost maxed, which means I have an extra 475 stamina on my character. That's permanent. It's free. As long as you're basically running everywhere, that bar is going up. So it's a great thing to do. And once you have it capped, of course you could use your mount at any time. You could use your wagon. You could use whatever. The other thing that I went over in another video, just kind of along the same lines, was your strength limit you can get up by putting a trade pack on your back and walking around doing the same thing. You won't level breath at the same time, so you won't be leveling your stamina at the same time as your weight limit or strength. But you'll be leveling, whichever one you pick. Put the trade pack on, you're leveling your strength. Put the just run around from city to city, and you'll be leveling up your breath. Third thing, eat cheap food. The cheapest food you can get on the auction house, whatever it is, usually meat stew, something like that. Maybe a couple thousand silver, maybe a couple hundred silver. I don't know. I haven't looked lately. Eat food. The reason you want to eat food is on this same window, we're looking at health. Health increases the amount of HP that your character has overall permanently, just like breath and strength. So the more you eat, the more this bar is going to go up. So you want to pop your teas, you want to pop your meat soups, whatever you have to eat. Beehive cookies are great if you do a lot of fishing. Anything that you're going to be doing anyways, if you're going to be fighting, maybe using meat stew or something that's going to give you HP or critical chance, eat food. Constantly be eating food on your character. Obviously, I don't follow my rule all that much. I mean, I try to eat as much as I can, but you'll notice this bar slowly goes up as you're, eating all that food. Fourth thing, unlock knowledge. As you've probably noticed, if you've played it all, each of these areas has unlocks. You'll notice you go talk to this guy out here, Vipe Stoner, right? He's going to unlock some kind of knowledge. You're going to learn a little bit of something about the area. Excuse me. So everything in this game has knowledge, and you'll notice sometimes you'll get these little question marks over here. That means you haven't finished whatever that knowledge is. Finish all of your knowledge out. Like I said, I don't follow my own examples on some of this stuff because I haven't gone and revisited a lot of these areas. But it's important because what all of that knowledge does by killing a certain creature, by talking to certain NPCs, by doing all of that stuff, you're going to be increasing your energy. Energy is very important for your character for when you're crafting. Right now, I've gotten my max energy at 126. There's some people that have a lot higher max energy. So by talking to NPCs and doing those things, gaining knowledge in everything, you're going to be gaining energy. So it's very important. Let's see, we're on 5. Buy a pet. The 5th thing that I would highly, highly recommend is buy a pet. Even though my pet's slightly annoying here, I've got a cat. It's actually a tier 3 cat. What you could do, if you're planning on tiering up your pets, you have to obviously purchase the same type of pet. If you purchase a cat, purchase another cat. You can breed those cats, but you're going to lose basically both of those cats that you breed and get one new pet. So I had to breed 2 cats, and I got a tier 3 cat. The difference between that you get with tiering the pets up is you'll get faster pickup. Like this particular cat at a tier 3, it can pick up an item every 3 seconds. And what that means is while I'm out questing, while I'm out fighting monsters, this cat is running around and picking items up. It won't be picking anything up right now because I haven't fed it in a while, so it's kind of pissed at me. But if I feed it, it'll pick up items every 3 seconds. So you can see how it's kind of good if you have a few pets out at a time, they're going to be picking up items for you. So by tiering them up, by breeding those 2 pets together, you're going to be getting faster pickup. You also get different stats. Like on this particular cat, I've got +3 to cooking XP and +3 to alchemy XP. So it's great to have out while I'm doing my cooking. That's pets. 6th thing, feed your workers using the recover and repeat all. I'll show you exactly what that is. I know I showed it in my other videos too, but it's very important. And it's a very simple little tool to use. In your worker window, you have these buttons down at the bottom, recover all and repeat all. What recover all does, when you click it, it brings up this window that says recover all workers. What this shows you is your workers, how many workers are not working right now, and how much AP they need to be recovered. It then shows you at the top window how much beer or oatmeal or whatever stamina recovery item you have in your inventory. You have to have it in your inventory, not in your warehouse. You actually have to have it on your character. How much it's going to return. So this is +2, +3 for my cool draft beers. So what it's going to tell me here when a worker is out is he needs 20 AP, whatever it is. How much stamina he's used, he's going to need to recover that. I click confirm. It automatically feeds him out of that pool of stuff I have on me. And then I hit repeat all to have him get back to work. And if you log in the morning, you're going to notice you'll have maybe 4 or 5 guys that are not working. You feed them and get them back to work. It's a really quick, simple way to get everybody back to work. Step number 7, get a wagon. If you notice on the stable master guys that you have in any of the town, well, most of the towns, the stable keepers here, what you want to buy is a farm wagon. And the reason you want to buy a farm wagon is it holds 2 horses. The reason you want to do that is, unlike my previous tip where you want to run everywhere, yes, you do want to run everywhere, but once you're done running everywhere, you also want to be leveling up horses. Whether you're going to be using them for breeding or just riding around on your horse, either way, the great thing about wagons is you could put multiple horses. So that distance you're traveling, when I'm on my wagon, as I'm traveling, I'm leveling up 2 horses or 4 horses if you have enough money to buy more expensive wagons that can actually hold 4. You're leveling all 4 or 2 horses at the same time. So it's a really simple way to level horses while you're traveling anyways. You can also use the wagon to do trade routes. That could be covered in a different video, but that's basically what you would be using the wagon for. Or just using it for transportation. Like I said, leveling 2 horses at the same time without having to actually be on 2 characters is much easier than trying to run a horse from one location and then run the other horse from the same location. Tip number 8. Go to your skill trainer to learn skills. If you have to learn a skill on your character as you're leveling up, you're always going to want to go to the skill instructor, skill trainer. Every town has them, and using tip number 1, you can always find them by clicking the skill instructor button in the NPC tab. And the reason that you want to do this is because all the skills that you learn from the skill instructors are free energy, right? So if I wanted to learn any of these skills right here, this skill would require 21 points for me to learn. That would take away 21 energy if I'm not at the skill instructor. If I'm at the skill instructor, it doesn't cost me any energy to learn that skill. It's not permanent. Energy comes back, but why use energy when I can go to a skill instructor and get it for free? Tip number 9, use control. And this probably should have been one of the first ones, but hopefully most people that are actually playing the game know this by now. But hold control to get your mouse back, right? If I'm on my character, I'm running around, I'm killing stuff, I don't have my mouse pointer. Hit the control button, and there's your mouse pointer. I can't now free look, and I can't look around my character until I hit control again. Now I can look around and move my character without worrying about where my mouse pointer is. It's a little tricky, but it's one of those things that most of us that have been playing for a while forget to tell people how to do it, because it's not the same in every MMO. Not all MMOs work exactly the same. Some use control as basically a free look. Some use them as you want to look behind you. So it's an important little tip that's kind of hidden, just so you know. Control, so you can get your mouse back and click on stuff on your screen, go to the Pearl shop, do whatever you want to do. Tip number 10, the last tip, and it's kind of an important one, I think. Join a guild. The guilds in this game aren't important in the fact that you're not going to be able to play without it. If you don't want to join a guild, you don't have to join a guild. But there are some advantages that you get to joining a guild. Namely, you get paid for joining a guild. Most guilds are going to give you payment for being in their guild, for helping them do guild quests, which levels their guild up. The other advantages you get, if you look on your guild tab, if you're in a guild, you're actually getting bonuses, right? Your guild master is going to select, or maybe your guild has, kind of a hierarchy, whoever's selecting what skills and bonuses your guild actually gets. And these are cross anywhere, any server, anywhere, any channel, you're going to be getting these bonuses, right? So you have, like right now, the guild that I'm in, we've got Gathering +1, we've got Gathering +2, we've got Fishing +1, we've got Fishing +2. So our fishing skill naturally is going to be at a +2 level, which is great if you're into fishing. Also, if you're into gathering, that's great if you're into gathering. So it's helpful to you. It's helpful to everybody in the guild. And then what you're going to also do is going to be able to get paid. You'll notice these contracts that people sign when somebody wants you to join their guild. What those contracts basically mean is, here's how much you're going to get paid daily. Here's how much you lose if you forfeit the contract, if you leave the guild. So it's really, most guilds are going to pay you pretty decently if their funds can support it. And it's going to help them out. It's going to help you out in the long run. Plus, hopefully you'll meet some people. Hopefully you'll meet some nice people that are going to be able to help you out, that maybe can answer some other questions that you have in the game and things that you didn't really know about. It's always a great advantage to join people in the game. So those are my top 10 tips and tricks for Black Desert Online. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you got any other tips that you want to add to this, go ahead and post them in the comments below. I know there's things that I missed. I know there's other things out there that maybe some people know about that we don't know about. So go ahead and post them, and we'll see if we can create a kind of a good dialogue here. Thanks, guys.